Across South Asia, Christians face extreme hostility, persecution, and discrimination. India is perhaps one of the sharpest examples, where over the last 10 months we have seen close to 600 incidents of violence. Last year, 800 incidents were documented where people entered homes, churches, even gatherings like birthday parties, wedding receptions, and disrupted that and accused people of religious conversion. The hostility is not alone in India, but in Sri Lanka, in Bangladesh, Nepal, and Pakistan. Here at Brussels, we were able to organize today an event highlighting some of these concerns. And we have one of the organizers here with us, MEP Matej. Thank you very much for the event that was hosted today by you. If you could share a little bit about the concerns that you have experienced for this region and about the event a little bit.
Yeah, in the beginning, I must say that I'm very happy that we joined our forces and we together organized this event. It was, in a way, a must-do event. I have to be honest that this is my first term, and coming here was a bit of a cultural shock because I wasn't aware that Christians around the world are so much persecuted. And when I start reading different reports, I realized that the Christians are the most persecuted religious group in the world, which was a shock for me.
Yes.
I'm coming from Slovenia, and this was never an issue.
Yeah.
This wasn't even in the evening news that we would be aware that those atrocities are happening in Asia, South Asia, in Africa, and elsewhere. So when I came here, I said, okay, we are a big parliament, 720 members, and if something, I have to be the voice of those persecuted Christians around the world, because I'm aware if we will build the awareness, then the public will be sensitive. If the public will be sensitive, politicians will start listening.
Absolutely.
And when you will have politicians on your side, then the changes can happen. That's why today's event is so important, and I'm glad that you helped me bring so many great people who present their testimonies what kind of atrocities is, for example, happening in Pakistan.
Yes, truly it was incredibly important to hear the testimonies on the ground. I'd like to bring in my colleague Asher here into the conversation. Asher is a journalist in Pakistan and had covered many of the stories. And Asher, we heard some incredibly moving testimonies today. You highlighted several yourself. Could you share a little bit more about the situation in Pakistan when it comes to the blasphemy laws?
Thank you, Tehmina. Well, this was a great opportunity to highlight the impact these laws, the blasphemy laws, have on Christians and other vulnerable communities. See, these laws are highly politicized, and they have been repeatedly misused by individuals and groups to target people to settle their personal disputes, grab land or property, intimidate rivals, and silence dissent. So right now, the situation on the ground is that though the government now says that they are going to bring in procedural changes, which I believe is very important to safeguard people from false allegations, in the last 2 years, there has been a massive surge in blasphemy cases in Pakistan. An investigation carried out by the National Commission on Human Rights, which is a government-sanctioned commission, they found out that an organized gang was working in collusion with federal agents, and they were honey trapping people, a huge majority of them who were Muslims, but Christians were also entrapped by this gang. And what they would do is they would entrap them through using girls via porn websites, and then they used to extort money by threatening them of registering cases. Almost 767 people are behind bars as of it was last year, according to the National Commission of Human Rights reports. So there was an attempt to launch an investigation, but it was scuttled by a division bench. Now lately, with the pressure that the EU is exerting via the GSP Plus status that Pakistan benefits from, I feel that there is a huge room for improvement and change is coming gradually. For example, Pakistan has launched a crackdown on Tehrik-e-Labbaik Pakistan, which was at the forefront of attacks on Christians and the minority Ahmadi sect. They were also involved in Jadawala. So they have banned the organization. There has been a vicious crackdown. Hundreds have been arrested. The assets have been frozen. So I think this is due to the impact of the GSP plus status and the pressure that...
So if we could use, just on that, the GSP plus was talked about quite a bit during our event. I think you were able to pull out the numbers also about the money that goes into Pakistan and how the EU is committed to trade relations, but has also used that to highlight some of... So if you could explain the human rights violations and how monitoring perhaps could be a little bit better under the GSP plus status.
In a way, I was surprised in today's discussion that people who participated in the discussion said that, okay, one are bills which were confirmed in the Pakistani parliament, and completely other thing is what is going on in the terrain. And there are discrepancy and difference.
Correct.
And that European Union should monitor how the things on the ground really goes on. And European Union was always union of values. And freedom of belief, freedom of religion was one of crucial values which we want to support and which we are working for. And with this mechanism GSP plus, which is in a way, I will simplify a bit, some kind of a free trade agreement, which is very beneficial for the Pakistan. In the last couple of years, Pakistan benefited billions of euros, which is a huge amount of money. And to benefit this, there was 27 points what should be implemented and done to get this special treatment from the European Union. So to earn money to sell products in the European Union. It's a lot of money. And that's the crucial tool which European Union has to press on Pakistan to literally deliver what they are promising. That's the crucial message which I received today from the communities or from the people. Pakistan and the government should deliver what they are promising. Otherwise, European Union has a tool to press on them.
Yes. No, thank you very much. I think we also heard very powerful testimony in terms of how this has been used to, in fact, most recently, even the minority committee that has been set up, the new act that is coming out in Pakistan, is perhaps related to the GSP plus.
Yeah,
so if you could share a little bit about that and that development and the impact that will have in Pakistan.
Well, the day before, the National Assembly and the Senate of Pakistan in a joint session, they passed a bill enacting the National Commission for Minorities.
Right.
Now, this has been going on. Minorities had been demanding a commission of their own for the last decade, but the matter had been lingering. A bill was prepared last year, and then there was a lot of opposition towards it, and the president then recalled it, and it was revised. Now, though the bill has been passed, the commission has been enacted, they have taken out the suo motu powers. So some of the powers they have actually removed in the revised bill. I feel that the Minorities Commission should comprise members from all minorities. But this commission, it will have representation from the majority community as well. So now we have to see how this commission actually is effective in bringing some change in the situation of minorities on the ground.
Yeah. So we have a saying in Slovenia that the parliament built teethless tiger.
Yes, exactly.
So
toothless tigers.
So in a way, you will have a commission
that
you will be able to portray. We are doing something, but without any concrete results. That's worrying.
Yeah, but that's why the point you made about the monitoring is so incredibly important, because across South Asia, you have constitutions that honor freedom of religion, that protect freedom of religion, but on the ground, minorities have a very different experience, and there is a lot of violence. And I think that's why this bill in particular requires some attention, to be called out also, to not create toothless tigers, but to have the monitoring. But also, I'd just like to quickly bring in the forced marriage and conversion issue that you are seeing across Pakistan. It's estimated that 1,000 girls go missing every year. These girls are often trapped in marriages. They are abused sexually. They are forced to convert their faith. And all of this is done to protect the abductors. These are minor girls, some as young as 9, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds, young girls who are being groomed by these abductors also. But there is a bill pending also in the Punjab Legislative Assembly. If you could share a little bit about that also.
Yes, Tehmina, there has been significant progress on this issue. Some months ago, the National Assembly and the Senate, they approved a bill. Before that, the anti-child marriage bill, the law, under that, the age for boys was 18 and for girls it was 16, the legal marriage age. And that was in practice in Punjab, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa provinces. The Sindh province, they had already enacted a child marriage bill in 2013, raising the age for marriage for both genders to 18. And this was a long time ago. Now, and again I say this, because of the pressure of the GSP plus, the commitments that Pakistan has made, the National Assembly and Senate, they passed a bill through which the age for marriage has been increased to 18 for both genders, but it will be within the limits of the Islamabad Capital Territory, the federal capital. Just last month, the Balochistan Provincial Assembly, they passed a legislation and have raised the legal age for marriage to 18. Now a bill, because mostly since we have been discussing the challenges faced by the Christian community, a majority of Christians in Pakistan, they live in Punjab province, and it is also the most populous province in Pakistan. A bill has been pending in the Punjab Assembly since April 2024. There has been very stiff opposition from the Council of Islamic Ideology, which is an advisory council that advises the government on issues related to religion. They opposed the bill when it was being passed by the National Assembly and Senate, but the government went ahead and got it approved. They opposed the bill when it was being presented in the Balochistan Assembly, but the government went ahead and got it approved. So this shows that if the government wants to do something, if there is intent, they can do it. So in Punjab, the bill has been lying pending since over a year now.
Yeah, so it's an opportunity
so
perhaps.
This is an opportunity. If the bill is approved and the law is, now these are two separate things. Enacting a law and then making sure it is implemented.
Correct. So, but thank you, Asher. I think this is an incredibly important bill because without the framework, how do you cause the implementation? So the framework is uniform age of marriage for all girls. Nobody under 18 is, being taken away from their homes, their families, is not being forced into these sham marriages. Their faith is not being changed forcibly. We've heard testimonies of girls who've been told at gunpoint, acid was going to be thrown on their faces. So these are girls under tremendous amount of pressure when they are taken away from their home. So something that the European Parliament could be considering doing about this in terms of an urgency resolution, or maybe just doing some asking for research or questions on this, on the impact on the GSP Plus, specifically on this point.
I have to say that today I was positively surprised what kind of consequences these urgent resolutions can have. To be honest, in the Parliament sometimes the MPs are joking that those constantly urgent resolutions to try to solve some problems around the world, that they are inefficient, that we are spending time instead of focusing on real problems in the European Union. But today we had a testimony from Madam Kausar, who said literally because of the European Parliament's resolution,
Yes, that is so
I was
powerful.
released from the prison and now I can enjoy the freedom. So if just one life was saved, it was worth it. And this is absolutely encouragement for all MEPs to continue with such
Yes.
urgent resolutions. If they can save life, they are a good one.
Yes, absolutely. I think that was just, like you said, it was such a powerful reminder about why these urgency resolutions matter, what a deep impact they can have on the ground. And I think especially for the forced marriage and conversion issue, these urgency resolutions can go a long way in establishing a framework for Pakistan to operate. But thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for hosting us this afternoon, and very grateful, looking forward to working more with you, sir. And
was
thank
a
you very
privilege.
much, Asha.
Thank you.
Thank you.